Almost done. Almost done. Okay. So my topic the broad topic that I chose under was leadership, and I chose the first one where you choose any two-term president and you just write about what they did, their accomplishments, their problems, and my essential question was Ronald Reagan an effective leader? Now, I began talking about politics, so when he was born, and he was born to a poor family, but he really had the right morals you look for, the right characteristics that you need as a leader. He was brought up to be strong-willed, determined, ambitious. He worked hard to get what he wanted. He worked hard during the Great Depression to get his own money to go to college. He wasn't athletic. He wasn't super big until his junior year in high school, but he still kept fighting to be on the football team. He wanted to be involved in sports, and he wasn't the best student, Ronald Reagan, but he was very good at acting, which I approve of. Now, he was given this nickname Dutch by his dad, Dutch Reagan, because he looked like a fat Dutchman when he was a baby. And he has one older brother, Neil, and it was just him and his mom, but his dad was an alcoholic, and that just caused a strain in their family relationship. But it also didn't mean that he didn't respect his father. His father portrayed a quote that he always was saying was, all men are created equal, and all men are created equal. I can't even find it. All men are created equal, and if you didn't have what you wanted, then you didn't have ambition. Because if you have the ambition and you have the drive to get what you wanted, then you would get it. You don't need to rely on other people. That was the belief firmly set upon him by his father, and his mother set in him strong Christian beliefs and strong morals to do what's right and to just be the best he could. After graduating college, he was ASB president in college, student council president in high school. He got elected. And after that, he went into acting, where he met his first and second wives. Well, not at the same time. They got divorced first because, it's illegal, polygamy. But after college, he went into a radio show talk host for a sports team and was an announcer, and that led him to Hollywood, where he became a very popular star, especially in he wasn't a big movie star name, but he was able to play some very sweet roles like Gipper, and it just helped. The country knew who he was, and they saw him as the next sweetheart. And thanks to acting, that got him on the start for his political career. He was strongly anti-communist, and when you become an actor, you have to join SAG, which is the Screen Actors Guild, and it's a union for actors. So when he became president of the Screen Actors Guild, this was around the time when the Cold War was going on. So, he was giving names to the government, and he was helping the FBI, and he was trying to work out problems, but that was the first time when he talked and was asked to give his testimony on communism that he really spoke his mind about politics. And he was able to do this more when he became the spokesman for the GE Theater Company, the General Electric Theater. And this made him travel around to all 139 companies to help raise the morale and discuss with the workers what their problems, concerns were, politics, problems with the government, and he was able to sharpen his public speaking skills, which would help him later in office. Now, he was born a Democrat. He firmly believed in Democrats, and later in life he started really supporting the Republicans, and he felt if he didn't want to betray the Democrats, but he couldn't help it. He eventually ended up changing to Republican and helping Nixon and Watergate, which is where he also gave more speeches and helped him get known by people on a national political level. Now, in his presidential career, he made many election promises. He promised to balance the budget, tax cuts. He promised to strengthen military defense and reduce the size of government. But along with all these promises, he wasn't able, in his first term, he wasn't able to accomplish what he wanted. It wasn't until the second term when he really got to start accomplishing these things. But he did go through very many struggles just becoming president, because even though he won almost every state, the House and Senate were still completely Democratic. Most of the people on there, he did not have support from them at all, and that's where he really had to win, was the House and the Senate votes, and they didn't really support him. And another obstacle he faced was only 70 days after becoming president, there was an attempted assassination on his life. And, okay, the guy shot 6 bullets, and none of them hit him. I mean, 3 of them hit other people, and I'm really sorry for that. But the one that ended up hitting him is because it bounced off the car. I mean, if you have 6 bullets, at least hit him once. I mean, don't hit the president. Don't kill the president. We love our presidents. But really, 6 bullets and you couldn't hit him? But this guy, he was psychotic. He got off out of jail, out of death sentence, because he went to a psychiatric hospital where he still was and still is, because he just wanted to impress Jodie Foster, which was a popular actress during this time. During one of the reasons that Reagan was accepted so easily into political cons thing was because the people trusted him. He built a strong relationship with them, and he had all the qualities they looked for and that they saw. But the biggest thing he had was hope and optimism, and he was always so happy and willing to look forward to the future, and that's what America really needed, especially getting out of the Great Depression. And even though he had a couple problems with the whole terrorism in the Middle East and the Iran-Contra scandal, but his accomplishments far outweighed the deficit or the terrorists or the Contra scandal. He helped end communism, or really decrease communism. He took down the Berlin Wall, he helped destroy nuclear missiles. I'd say they called him the Great Communicator because he was willing to negotiate with other countries. He didn't want any more wars. He didn't want any more deaths. The terrorist attacks were devastating enough for our country, and I know I'm going over time, and I'm so sorry, but President Ronald Reagan was a very effective leader. He was able to, one quote that I wrote in my essay, which you can look up, it says how it took the country's oldest president, because he wasn't elected till he was 69, it took the country's oldest president to make America feel young again. And that's what he did. He brought hope back. He brought optimism. He helped America just be America. He helped everyone see that we weren't out of it, that we still should be, show pride. Yeah, Vietnam War was a horrible thing, and everything else that was going on, and just the Nixon scam, the Watergate, we just had to move forward, and I think that he really showed everyone when he did that. He was very effective, and just overall, he was a good guy. Not only was he good looking, because he was an actor, but he was a good guy, and he just wanted people to look up to him, because, when he was shot, he wouldn't let anyone help him because he knew that people were looking up to him as their leader. And I really respect that. And he showed great traits. And I really wish I could have been alive when he was president, because I would have wanted to see what he had to do. I wanted to hear his speeches in person. But, oh well, I'm learning about him now. And that is my screencast. And sorry it's so long, but yeah.